Today we're talking about the power of your mind and how you become what you consume in your daily life. What if I told you that everything in your life, your body, your mind, and your circumstances is a direct reflection of what you consume daily? Not just the food that you're eating, but your thoughts, emotions, and your beliefs. You become what you take in consciously or unconsciously. Think about the same way that you are what you eat. So if you're eating garbage junk food, you're gonna have health issues. You're gonna be overweight. It's gonna cause disease. Whether you know it or not, you are consuming information, media, music, or advertisements that is pushing you to desire these low quality, negative things. So if you're constantly eating junk food, your body, it will become a physical reflection of what you're putting into your body. And it's the same thing with fitness as well. Everything starts with the mind. And so what you're constantly thinking about and what you allow to get into your mind, you will start to take actions on your subconscious beliefs, emotions, and thoughts. When you're listening to music, mainstream music that promotes degeneracy, doing drugs, drinking alcohol, partying, sex, money, materialistic things, not for a higher purpose, but for instant gratification, for a temporary dopamine hit that has no actual value. So the first thing that you need to do is become aware of the type of content or the type of thoughts that you're letting into your mind, so you can stop the low quality food, the negative thoughts, the fear, the limiting beliefs from dictating your life. If you're constantly thinking about these things or allowing them in, you will start to practice them, you'll build them as habits, and they'll become part of who you are in your daily life that lead to the poor outcomes in your life. So you can change that by transforming your life, transforming who you are, and transforming your daily habits. And it all starts from the thoughts, the content, the media, the music that you're listening to, that you're consuming, the food that you're eating. Think of it like mental food. The information that you're allowing and feeding your mind is going to consume it and is going to act based upon the low quality thoughts, the lower level emotions, and lead you to take bad or emotional actions. One of the principles to understand is that there's a duality in nature. The outer world is a reflection of your inner world. As within, so without. What is inside of you gets expressed outside of you in a physical form. The negative thoughts that you're having or negative emotions that you're having will manifest negatively in physical form in your life, in your circumstances, as negative energy around you that people can sense, and by the actions that you're taking that are a reaction to your negative beliefs, emotions, and your thoughts. You need to have a mindset shift of becoming aware of your thoughts and aware of your life. Instead of reacting to the world of your external influences, the things that sometimes you don't have a control over, the things in your environment that you don't choose, instead of just reacting to it, reflect on it, become aware of it, and create your own reality by feeding your mind with powerful and uplifting thoughts, rather than when somebody tells you, oh, you're ugly, or you're fat, or different things like that, or you suck, you can't achieve your dreams, you're a nobody, you're never gonna achieve anything. If you allow these to come in, you are giving them power. They don't have power themselves until you give them power by accepting them. And then you play that in your mind and you start telling yourself these things, they will become true because you allowed them to become true. Rather than reflecting on it and understanding that just because somebody says that about me doesn't mean that that's true and that I have to identify with that. You can choose to identify with something that's going to uplift you, and your mind will start to take action based off of your thoughts and your beliefs that you can achieve your desires. And the biggest step in that is believing it so you can at least attempt it. And if you're attempting it, you have taken the biggest step towards achieving your goals, because you've attempted. At the very least, you've taken the first step. You can see it in people's lives, people's mindsets, that if you took two people and one watches motivational content, trains daily, and is eating healthy, versus someone who's scrolling on social media, looking at negative stuff all day, listening to sad and angry music all day, and watching movies that are, let's say, just scary or sad, or they're in these emotions and these thoughts every day. Look at the outcomes and the circumstances that their lives are in. You're choosing to let that in and consume your mind to where you're constantly thinking about anger, sadness, fear, and letting these things develop as a habit to become part of your identity, and you take action based off of these things that lead to a bad circumstance in your life. The way this happens is through your subconscious mind. Carl Jung talks about this, on how your subconscious mind absorbs everything that you feed it. It doesn't have a filter. So it's taking in all the information, whether you're choosing to feed it or not. It's taking it in and absorbing it. And 95% of our daily habits and our actions are dictated by our subconscious mind. So if you're constantly feeding it fear-based beliefs, sadness, anger, and things that are low level and low quality things, whether you choose it or not, your subconscious mind is going to take action on these things. You're not thinking about breathing. You're not thinking about beating your heart, pumping the blood. So your subconscious mind is doing 95% of the work for you. And most people don't take time to become aware of the thoughts and the emotions that they're having, and they're subconsciously taking actions, which is just a reactional state based off of the information that they've been consuming, that will lead them astray. So things that could help are taking time to meditate and self-reflect, journaling, speaking affirmations daily, consuming content, podcasts that inspire you and motivate you to do good and achieve the person that you want to become. And this will help you transform your personal reality, the person you are. In the same way that a body looks is a reflection of what they're eating, the body is also a reflection of the mind. So simply, if you look at two different people, one that's eating healthy, working out, you can see it in their physical body. They're gonna look fit, they're gonna look healthier than somebody who's not eating healthy and exercising. You're gonna be able to see it in their body. Somebody who's constantly sad, you're gonna see it reflect in their body. There's gonna be certain features in their face that start to build a habit, a certain way that they talk, their confidence, the way that they project themselves into the world. You will be able to see it physically in the person. If you're consuming laziness, fear, doubt, poor food, your body is gonna show it. My challenge for you is to reflect on your daily life and the content and the things that you're consuming. And just for the next 7 days, become hyper aware of what you're consuming mentally, what you're consuming physically, and start to make changes to consume things that align with the person that you want to become. Your life is a reflection of what you consume, so choose wisely. If this resonates with you, drop a like and please subscribe for higher level content. So I want to give you an example of a book that I read that really helped me understand this. And it was As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. And he emphasized that true transformation isn't about resisting temptation, but about elevating your mind to a state where the temptation no longer exists. A person does not simply cut out the bad habits by force of will, but instead refines their thought so deeply that the old habits naturally fall away. A person who forces themselves to stop eating junk food will always struggle because their mind still craves it. But someone who deeply reprograms their thoughts about health, discipline, and vitality will no longer desire the junk food at all. So instead of, I can't have it because I'm dieting, start to think that food is not even an option because it no longer aligns with who I am. And who you are is part of becoming the person you want to be. So if you want to be a healthier version of yourself, all you have to do today is start acting and doing and feeling like the person that you would like to be. Is the healthier version of yourself eating junk food? No. So just don't do it. And I wanted to share something else that also reflects this, because in Romans 12:2, it says, "Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will." It emphasizes that true change comes from renewing the mind, not just from forcing a behavior. Just like resisting junk food isn't enough, you must transform your mind so that unhealthy choices no longer tempt you. When your mind is renewed with wisdom, discipline, and higher principles, your actions naturally follow, and the worldly temptations of junk food, laziness, and negativity lose their grip on you. So everything starts from the mind, and it's reflected into the world. Thanks, guys.